Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Manchester United are interested in signing Brentford striker Ivan Toney to replace Cristiano Ronaldo. There's a few clubs that are in for Ivan Toney. If we was to get Ivan Toney, he would be reuniting with Christian Eriksen, because recently Manchester United signed Christian Eriksen on a 3-year contract. Man United got Christian Eriksen on a 3 transfer. Ivan Toney is probably the best player that Brentford have got. He's a prolific goal scorer. He's been at Brentford since 2020. He's got a contract with Brentford until 2025. Brentford got Ivan Toney from Peterborough. They got him for around 10 million with add-ons included. Before, Ivan Toney had 2 loan spells with Scunthorpe United. He had 2 loan spells with Barnsley, and he had a loan spell with Wigan and Shrewsbury. When he was younger, he played for Newcastle, and he also played for Northampton. He began his playing career at Northampton. Now, I want to give you some more news on Frenkie de Jong. So, Man United target Frenkie de Jong is reluctant to leave Barcelona. Don't forget, Frenkie de Jong has gone on pre-season tour with Barcelona. The other day, Fabrizio Romano said that Man United and Barcelona had reached a full agreement for midfielder Frenkie de Jong. He said an €85 million fee had been agreed. Not so long ago, Man United staff were in Barcelona over pushing through a deal for Frenkie de Jong, and Frenkie de Jong and his agent were very angry with Barcelona. Frenkie de Jong has been at Barcelona since 2019, so he's been at Barcelona for a good 3 years or so. He's got a contract with Barcelona until 2026. Barcelona got him from Ajax. They paid around 65 million. Frenkie de Jong is a versatile midfielder. You know, Erik ten Hag wants a reunion with the player. And you know the news regarding Lisandro Martinez. Recently, it's said that Lisandro Martinez flew to Manchester to undergo his medical. Man United agreed a deal for Lisandro Martinez with Ajax worth 45 million. And he said Martinez will sign a contract until June 2027. Don't forget, Arsenal tried to get Lisandro Martinez. Lisandro Martinez has been at Ajax since 2019. There's a lot of players Man United have been linked with. You know, so far, Erik ten Hag has made 2 signings this summer. Man United signed Tyrell Malaysia from Feyenoord. Man United got him for around 13 million. Tyrell Malaysia signed a contract until 2026 as an option to extend for a further year. Malaysia is a left back, so you can say he is the replacement for Telles, because it looks like Telles is on his way out of the club. Don't forget Malaysia came on and made his debut in Man United's 4-0 win against Liverpool in Bangkok. And the other day, like I said, Man United signed Christian Eriksen on a 3 transfer. We've seen players leave Manchester United this year. Not so long ago, Andres Pereira left. Andres Pereira went to Fulham from Manchester United. Last season, Andres Pereira was out on loan with Flamengo, and at one point he had a loan spell with Lazio. Earlier on this year, we saw Lee Grant retire. Dean Henderson went out on loan to Nottingham Forest. Man United made the correct decision loaning Henderson out, so obviously he gets opportunities. Because, you know, when Henderson was at United, he was our second choice keeper, and last season only made 3 appearances. Revert back to 2020, Henderson signed a contract to Man United until 2025. He's got experience behind him, Henderson, because he's had loan spells before with Sheffield United. He enjoyed 2 successful loans with them. Before, had loan spells with Stockport, Grimsby and Shrewsbury. Matic left the club this year. Matic went to Roma, so he's now reuniting with Jose Mourinho. When Matic was at Man United, he was not one of Man United's first choice midfielders, but despite that, he'd still been given his opportunities. As you all know, I always had my reservations about Matic. Matic did endure around 5 years at Manchester United. Man United got him from Chelsea back in 2017 in a deal worth 40 million. Not so long ago, Paul Pogba left Manchester United on a 3 transfer. Pogba made a return to Juventus. In Pogba's second spell at United, he did endure around 6 years at the club. He played over 200 games, he won 3 trophies. Back in 2016, Manchester United did pay £89 million for Paul Pogba. We had him when he was a lot younger under the Ferguson era, but had to let him go due to limited appearances. Jesse Lingard, he left the club this year. When Lingard was at Man United, he was classified as a squad player because he didn't get in the team much. But Lingard was part of the club for a long time. He came up our academy. At one point, he enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and he made an impact. Juan Mata left Manchester United this year. Juan Mata was classified as a squad player, just like Lingard, because Mata didn't get in the team much. But when he played, you know, he was consistent. Mata had a good career at Man United. Mata was a long-serving player at the club. He enjoyed around 8 years at Man United. Man United got Juan Mata from Chelsea back in 2014, brought him in under the David Moyes era. And Edinson Cavani left Manchester United this year. Cavani did lose his place in the Man United team when Ronaldo re-signed last year. Cavani had his good games when he was at United, he also had his poor games as well, and he had injuries. Man United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020, so as far as I know, they're the players that have left so far this year. And more players are going to be leaving the club. You know, Cristiano Ronaldo could still leave Manchester United this year. I don't think he'll leave this year because I think he'll want to play under Ten Hag. Ronaldo missed Man United's first 2 pre-season games due to family issues. The other week, Ronaldo missed quite a few days of training because of the family issues. Before Man United kicked off their pre-season, Erik Ten Hag said that Ronaldo is in our plans for the new season and isn't for sale. Well, not so long ago, Ronaldo told Manchester United he wanted to leave this summer, as he did say he was unhappy over the lack of progress with transfers, but at that point Man United did insist that Ronaldo wasn't for sale. Number of clubs have been in for him. Ronaldo was offered to Chelsea. Bayern Munich have been in for him. Barcelona have made inquiries. He was offered to PSG not so long ago. Roma have been in for him, and his former club Sporting Lisbon have been in there for him. Ronaldo's contract at Manchester United expires next year. There's an option to extend for a further year. Ronaldo's the highest earner at Man United. He earns nearly £500,000 a week. We re-signed him last year from Juventus. Since he re-signed Ronaldo, he's got 18 goals in the Premier League. He has 24 goals in all competitions. And earlier on this year, he won the Goal of the Season award, and he got named the Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year. Got a very good pedigree as a player, Ronaldo. He's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. Man United could still yet sell Anthony Martial. There again though, Martial's enjoyed a very good start to pre-season. He's got 2 goals in 2 games. Martial scored in the 4-1 win against Melbourne Victory in Australia, and he scored in the 4-0 win against Liverpool in Bangkok. Martial's a squad player. Last season he was out on loan with Sevilla. Anthony Martial's been at Manchester United since 2015, so he's been at the club for around 7 years. The best season Martial enjoyed was his debut season under Louis van Gaal. Man United got Martial from Monaco. Martial's got 2 years left on his contract. I think Fred and Lindelof could be leaving the club. Not this year, but I think next year. Tom Heaton, he'll probably leave next year, he won't leave this year. Tom Heaton is now Man United's second choice keeper, with obviously Dean Henderson going out on loan to Forest. Heaton was in goal in the 4-1 win against Melbourne Victory. Obviously David De Gea wasn't available because David De Gea came off injured in Man United's 4-0 win against Liverpool in Bangkok. Heaton's a backup. Man United got Heaton on a free transfer from Aston Villa. Like I said, I think Alex Telles is on his way out of the club. Do you think Brandon Williams could leave as well? Because obviously Williams, you can say, is what our 4th choice left back now. Because the other 3 left backs we've got is Terrell Malaysia, Alex Telles and Luke Shaw. Last season Brandon Williams was out on loan with Norwich. Tuan Zebe, is he on his way out of the club? Last season he was out on loan with Villa. He's enjoyed 3 loan spells with Aston Villa, so reflecting on that, he gained some experience. Phil Jones, I think he's also on his way out of the club. Phil Jones is not one of Man United's first choice centre-halves. He's only made 4 Premier League appearances since January 2020. At one point, he was out with a knee injury for a while. Jones's contract at Man United expires next year. He's enjoyed around 11 years at the club, so he's been a long-serving player. Harry Maguire, I think he'll stay this year, but he could leave next year. Earlier on this year, Harry Maguire held talks with Erik ten Hag over the Man United captaincy. Throughout the course of last season, the vast majority of Man United fans were demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire because he's not a leader. When Maguire first came to Man United, he did well, and then obviously it all started to go wrong. Maguire's had injuries as well as United player. He's been at United for around 3 years. Man United got him from Leicester, got him in a deal worth 80 million. So reflecting on that, he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the second most expensive signing at the club. Diego Dalot and Wan-Bissaka, I think they're on the way out of the club as well. So there you go. Erik ten Hag has enjoyed a good start to his managerial career at Manchester United. You know, Man United have won their first 2 pre-season games. You know, Man United did beat Liverpool 4-0 in Bangkok. And we recently beat Melbourne Victory 4-1. So there's 8 goals in 2 games. Man United's next pre-season game is Crystal Palace. Erik ten Hag, I think he's going to make Man United competitive again. You know, I've got a lot of faith in him. He's a good manager, and you've got to admire what Ten Hag did at Ajax, because at Ajax he won Eredivisie titles, he won Dutch Cups, and revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals, plus he developed the young players well. Ten Hag was the Ajax manager for around 5 years. But this is the first time that Ten Hag is managing in the Premier League, and like I've said on my recent videos, the Premier League is totally contrast to the Dutch League. You know, let me put into the equation, Ten Hag is inheriting, you know, Deadwood. Even though players have gone this year, there's still Deadwood at the club. Ten Hag is Man United's 5th permanent manager since Sir Alex Ferguson. Ten Hag has got a contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option to extend for a further year. Don't forget Mitchell van der Gag and Steve McLaren are working alongside Ten Hag. Earlier on this year, Ralf Rangnick left Manchester United. So reflecting on that, it did say that Ralf Rangnick would not take up the consultancy role at Man United. Rangnick actually got appointed in as the new head coach of Austria. Ralf Rangnick was Man United's interim manager for around 5 months. He was dreadful. But yeah, 5 managers have gone since Ferguson. That's Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and earlier on this year, Ralf Rangnick left. Like I said, for a while, the vast majority of Man United fans were protesting against the Glazers. I said to you, the Glazers have been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. Earlier on this year, the Glazers taken out 11 million for dividends. The Glazers have owned Manchester United for around 17 years. They purchased the club for around 500 million back in 2005. Don't forget, was it last year or this year, Woodward left Manchester United? That was good news from Man United perspective, because he was one of the biggest problems at the club for a long time. He was accountable for how poor our recruitment policy was and that. But Woodward was at Man United for around 17 years. Man United do have John Murtough and Richard Arnold. To be fair, they've done good transfer business since they've come in. You know, they've worked on Man United getting Lisandro Martinez because they went to Amsterdam not so long ago. Earlier on this year as well, Richard Arnold spoke about the situation with Man United. You know, Richard Arnold is the CEO, you know, John Murtaugh is the director of football. And we made the right decision getting a director of football in, because I did say it's one of the structural changes that we did need at the club. The last time Manchester United won the Premier League was back in 2013. That's almost 10 years ago now. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.